When you never said
yeah, I think you about Professor Smasapon, you know, so. Osha Prof. Dienwa, or de Baya, or no, and Opameka say, on my voter turnout, Nina say, and nipa be pia or twabano. But say, Osha near air bar, ye fat the whole country noa. Send nipa baby, nipa di twabano, and Quanessa. Because baby or no more, I say, nipa do a pia twabano. Your origins, Libya, a man for the Akukudro koye, baby so on more of them. It's a better train. Now, electoral commission for my area, no, none your can say turn out no bear 50%. And see a better train or move here, and you be who say nipa do sign a quarter about out of 18 million.
Okay, so the electoral commission itself, because of certain delays, they cannot give us the percentage as of now.
Into we are the America no. We are the omoye no.
Okay.
Eti Prof the end on my 81.4. 81.4. As
in 10 out.
10 out.
81.4. The last time we had something a year close was 2004. In 2004, no, a year presidential now, voting pattern now in terms of percentages. Quickly, let me just walk you through. In terms of percentages now, it was only in 2004 I could do 85%. And so let me go through and then we come back to the Omoka. I say presidential election voter turnout since 1996. In 1996, the turnout was 78% in 1996. In 2000, it was 62%. In 2000, runoff by, and it was 60%. In 2004, it was 85%. And in 2008, 70%. And a call runoff, no, a call 73%. In 2012, it was 79%. 2016, 69%. And in 2020, a year 79%. So the highest in terms of voter turnout continues to be 2004. About a year 85% and a course. And then this election also, yes, some quite critical. Say, yo, a constituency being registered. One man now umbenyano ma ayana kiti and a constituencies in so we have to watch out because any part of dona no and I say you know all the regional breakdown about any part of the ma a mahoya of interest in Greater Accra, for instance. In Greater Accra no nipa on year registered voters no as so mo to abano 3,765,000.
The highest.
303. That's the highest.
The highest. You're Ghana.
Yes. Yes. No about Ashanti region. Ashanti region. And also number near 3,295,274. And then it's followed by Eastern region. That is 1,810,421. And then that's followed by Central region, that gives us 1,787,305, followed by Western, that's 1,288,777, followed by the Northern, and it's 1,209,934. So if you look at these first 5 areas now, others no bar on figures here, quite a year. Savannah 342,431 R4. Maybe be free 359,284. So clearly, Bribia that the my elections in Ahomtie Ebem any the issue of Eastern, Ashanti, and Central. These are the do you say Amanyo Kobiana, the modern bono, 8 so any ewo Greater Accra, Ashanti region, and then Central region. Now, or Pim Konkai. If you say other ones, they want to me a chetoso. Or to me chetoso because of figures. No, in Tuba will be a person or Tata and Yonko on this matter of figures. But the area that is of interest is the Ashanti, Greater Accra, and Central region. But we'll come back and check the dynamic. That's why I'm saying that it's too early to. Obia will jubilate at this point. Obia will jubilate at this point. I can confidently tell you, say, it's not true. You are not yet there.
Mohammed
Radio, Yenene Kasa Free, Upper Danger. The last time, no, NDC took it over. Okay, so, Mohammed, at saying, okay, so you're hearing Mohammed. Well, you're back. If you're not, the American, for Smasapon, there is my for the next one.
My Professor Smasapon, there no, sim, or no, Sunny Americano. 10 out in the nest, send your Wessia Bobono. Yen Tai Nyabo Hanche Mwedu watching any actually.
There be a 2004. 2004. Voter percentage, 85%. Ever since the year BM.
But on no predicted Senka, you bet to me, Enya 81.4.
Okay, that's my support. Prediction. Okay.
It's just a Omoba Ena, ye electoral commission at the bar. Ena sample size no, you see any 99,355.
Okay, so Radio, good evening. Upon to saying hello.
Hello.
Radio Timenka. Great. And you may origin here.
And you may Upper Danger East. One of them.
Upper Danger East. Yakinka Bibiana. Yakinka Bibiana, Upper Danger East. Yakinka Bibi.
Upper Danger East, you might be now, but we are marking kind in
okay.
PS, I hold on in.
Okay.
Some lady, I say now, obviously, PS, I hold on in. So, Eddie, Eba, baby, just already in Abana and 24, 18 kind of umtimide results. Now, can you answer 18 Eddie Betu? Now, Upper Danger East now, Dunkano, Kura, I say. Ne bom kakra na nim class kakra no emu wa kakra nti ezusua bana samia me no ka se de na nya de a mpenifu ahya ase se omo type bibi omo machine so a omo nyenhye omo dwuma de na se officially na mo results de ba na ezusua etiti PS ahodo no so eba.
I see so far yenya challenges bia with where two account to be any ho.
Upper Danger East the city and pay the share in media. Yen TV via about pro the brains, will be able to be answered in Bibia shoot me air course as Juma, Bonibia so intimate and by so far. Now, Upper Danger East, you know, if I don't want to share so making a tobano, 70,041. And they share him so omit me about so about a weapon into it. And if I'm here, and a doctor for a work and I'll pay a NDC lawyer Emilian and I'll pay PNC doctor of St. Emilian. We any performance original say and so much say on with me about it and I said, after officially, a high idea.
Danger is the journey.
Okay.
15 months Upper Danger East na yeba voting trend no e wo ho no man e ho no ye MPP seat e ho ye MPP seat because from 2004 yeah constituency no yete ye no o hwe both parliamentary and a presidential ni nyina no e MPP and a enya.
Okay, so the parliamentary we show figures added together 2004 they are good figures for the MPP.
Yes.
68%, and then presidential is...
presidential 70.5%.
Okay.
And you call 2008, presidential no 63.2%, and a parliamentary 59.2%. Until we are say parliamentary in 2008, so say kakra.
Okay.
And you about 2012, presidential no 57.2%, and a parliamentary no so 53.8%, and a 2016 presidential 63.0, and as I can say 63%, and a parliamentary na 55.7%, and a 2020 presidential no 55%, and a share parliamentary no so 54.4%. But my steady trend no parliamentary no dey so tia na etie.
I was getting to the trend.
So tia na etie because from 68.1 and then 2008 59.2, 2012 53.8, and then 2016 55.7. Sa eti osha I say ban eba from, and even with the presidential no crano still constituency one I say MPP and a kita seat no mudie. Then so sha ahoden no eba fam eti ne die ibema ye hu se ahoden no ekita MPP wo constituency wo no still eso bete anase betumi ye drum pempenso po se ye beka se seat no free wonsa na oman ye nhwe ade bi ye nhwe constituencies ahoro a ye ka hu se factors a ha constituency bi obi a de wo ho no eti ye nhwe because MPP amanyoko no me ye te ase se 2020 constituencies ni bi wo ho no mo a galamsey hu de ubon nhyehyɛ ye omo ye no ha won eti se ye fa upper denche easter me pese ye hwɛ omo nhyehyɛ ye mu no se ye ka constituencies e beka se bi a galamsey ye tu nsase mu sade wo ho no mo a upper denche easter ka ho oman se wo hwɛ ana che se ye hwɛ ha na ese hwe ye ka galamsey na upper denche east no baabi ya ni ho no mo ya sa galamsey tuo no ebi ekoso ewo ho eti ho de no ye ntumi en attribute say MPP amanyoko no ba fam because of galamsey nim kura ewo ho no mo.
Okay, so yanko commenda mbra na Bernard anan so ye head o my Bernard major ti say
Aminia
ebia ye boko
bia boko ewo commended na igwa.
Okay, so Bernard what are the results for commender?
Okay, when you mention BBOT Adom in the invention, so social media no, and OT online. So, Momo be a very good evening. But we will commend that at night equal for Prima. They may in the 7th of December. Terema Oyagana Constitution to more share the member and day. After 4 years, we are every 7th of December. No, or are able to me a Kotuaba. I used to me a month. The book will commend that now equal for Prima. I want to see and only 7 years old tomorrow. First, it was known as the doctor's seat. From the year 1992, the doctor Atokwashi over to take the reins from him. Or as I been a doctor Parkway soon over take the reins, all the book 4 years, and a doctor JS and another fire, Odubo Rimu, or the johnmahama administration, and also to see what the current head of local government, that is Engineer Dr. Nana Tuata. No, so 4 years, Olusi Titan Honorable Samuel Atam of the incumbent member of parliament in the year 2016. From there, no, and I ended them Dr. Rain now, Utumobetna City. From then, 2016, so now, no, the former president, the late John Atamos, the brother Kakraba, Honorable Samuel Atamos, and way to my third form, the year 2016, all the way to 2020, from 2020 to 2024 year. Elections exactly 7 a.m. Now, as they the various centers. There is only one center, Pramukoya, elections in Otumo started very late. That is, Abrema, an old clinic B. And the Otumo started around 9:30 in the morning. And the only polling station in the constituency elections in Otumo started very late. Or Yebenyang Kofubia, Otumo party through Otumo Tuaba, Engineer Dr. Nana Tuata, head of local government. The man, the running mate to His Excellency the former President johnmahama, Professor Gina Nopokwajiman, Otonaba, our commander, I don't see other opportunities, and the incumbent member of parliament, Honorable Samuel Atamos, opportunity, the main candidate to more contest, that is President Denis Kweku from the New Patriotic Party, Mr. Tumo Toneza, Jebo, yes, I've been here to make we now, Namanokasi, or as it will to. What college results in from the polling stations was the result in Utmaba at the coalition center or the municipal assembly. I had a ballot boxes or as a more trying to make videos, production to Mozambique, or as a way to a ballot box in CCLA. Coalition Manokasi in the next 3 minutes, or as a coalition go to my say, I will commanded Negua for Abima. But Munia says, when you glance through. The provisional result to Mabana in the leading poll, the incumbent member of parliament, Honorable Samuel Atamos, as a provisional result to Mabania, Anno, and Oyaza, to market he's in 4 contest in there, over 2 weekend the seat in the Bopim El Haram, the outside at the coalition center. A lot of sympathizers and fans are was it the National Democratic Congress nature Oyaza, Bopim El with healthy security force. Once I do tomorrow, Ghana Immigration Service, Ghana Prison Service, Ghana Police Service, or other one I would tomorrow, 2 army officers, and once I go to Bupima, as a big for now. Elections need to make very successful. Well, Mina, Commander, and other places are elections need to make order. The Kakamutum Zabum there. So far, so good. Provisional results prove that the incumbent member of parliament who doubles as the deputy chairman for the Public Accounts Committee, and only the pool there, he might retain his seat so far as the provisional results for your concern.
Okay, so that's Bernard, and also the way of commend the Abraham. Are we surprised?
On my end, Shada Nyame baby, if you say, young Kwachi Kran, you share data from 2020 about a year or so, commander Edna Egwefo Brimwa. Send you can say doctors no Mureno, a muno. Say, share some more emails. Man penida da or being for joining Vansatamus, Ninuya or Kana Semna. And ma or didi kunim ewo 2020 elections no emuno. And ma wonya yanu onya 26,886. Yeah, what they call percentage wise are 42.7%. MPP Amanyo co-candidate on Nekoye, Samo J Aqua, Enyama 23,039. Yeah, I say percentage wise 36.6%. Eti Sawusha Nipa Newo Neno Air Chrono. Anye biano ono obe 3,000 because 2020 abato no 3,000 vote difference no eye be 3,000 so why we say no be tunu a this otimi bridge sa gab na eda montem no eti enne se nipa kra woni Samuel Atamil say gina no se wentumi sa 3,000 difference no wenya no ansa amfa bi kra megu so se ne wan kra utimi de wen a na ade so obetime asakita ni seat na wo hwe voting trend there were constituency one so
trends so by quickly
no so usha parliamentary no the yen share with the parliament.
Okay, so you remember how but yen ko ne Daniel Opoku Ogomwa Central and between komo Danny majo apomti saying you be able call there. Okay, so Daniel Fiaumano so Daniel Opoku we are still waiting Gomwa Central so everybody didn't come. Go back to your analysis
yen share constituency one mo ne send ya wabatu city one constituency CPP amanyoko no omukranya anansini ewo ho no mopen yen share from 1996 ni yen hwe NDC amanyoko no na win with 46.3%. Na yeko 2000 and so NDC ekita mu 46.3%. And yaba 2004 CPP amanyoko no na nipa wogina ye CPP amanyoko no edimu no man sa wo hwe nipa agina wo constituency ho no mo parliamentary no a ne ogina CPP amanyoko ni dimu wen in 2004 no ni nipa onya makese wanya makese wo constituency ho no mo ye ka commander Edna Egwefo Ebrim parliamentary seat no with 68.8%. And in 2008 48.8%. And no NDC amanyoko no na win ye 2012 na MPP be shemu parliamentary no MPP ni Paul win yes abe na na to ata say obeka ya 38.2%. And then 2016 samre na Samuel Atamil sebemu Emma wadi win ye 38.4%. And then 2020 or retaining seats with 42.7%. Inti or my Osha from 2016, yeah, Samuel Atamil sebe so mua with 38.4%, you know, in 2020 or appreciate ye a ma unya yano ekosro eti ene ye shani beba uti a reporter no say near bano ye can say a provisional resource say near ekito money or makeka boom but until say electoral commission bema ye resource ye de a year team so say ye resource ye no ye betumi aka 2020 de na Samuel Atamils etumi winning ye with vote difference be say 3,000 eti na ye hwe say 3,000 e be kosro anase obesi fam. Okay,
so we're back. This is your election headquarters, Kokroboti, a year power, around the country to ensure, say, the echo son yadi, the set fata, edi ebebro. For instance, if you get to Minipa Katie Hamonwa, very soon, I'm sure, say, will cross over, Nayako the echo. This is from that source, so close. I say that so far, NDC leading marginally. Parliamentary no.
Adansia Sokwa.
Yeah. But some ballot boxes no cannot be found. That's report. If I'm Pedumun crossover straight to Adansia, what's happening over there. And then some addition. And in my own region, I have big surprise. I have region. Big surprise.
2-4
Yes. In fact, it's turning to 5-1 in our region, and I'll get you. I'll fill in soon in our region.
Katie, what the no mind? Yet over Quabani, I shake Katie, what the no, and I said, young Quasin no from Rawan mine.
Okay, so Yanko, I say North. Now, Eric, AJ, Eric, upon to say. Good. What's happening there? I say North.
I say North. I'm saying, results are every polling stations by and if Ebomode and then about together now share senior results there every year. It's to me enter a way parliamentary way na Edim Kunim and I say when Edim Kunim. Each of the minds are results. Now, if you young to boys, you know, Mona, almost first time managing and 2 years now, and which you know, Swati, ACL.
Come on. So far, BBI, come on.
Yamiado, BBI than Aquemo, BBI than Aquemo, issues, BI said Basa, and I mean, okay.
Okay, so Mamina Erica J, I say North, you shared him say, one bit I can carry quickly. Now for yet to me who the air. But just like I've said, I'm Pedu, let's cross over to my region. I don't know what's happening there. I have for in my region.
For no young share Adansia Sokwa dear.
Adansia Sokwa, yes. Adansia Sokwa.
Mamma a honomo and Contabuono Kakra and Tuja, Union for Katie Amod, yen nimpra or pray and sana Fimpino, any eduno abatuono from MPP Amanu Kono, so on Beko Prime Minister, no be to me as survival, a woman, and no Nanyagro. And so at the end of the day, no, near a baya and say Katie Hamod, sign Ejna. Apem ewo constituency wonomo eti yenhwe voting trend ne kakra ma memfa ne yedaso yi ahwefo a ehwe yen se wohwe 2020 abato no emu a wohwe 2020 abato no emu a voter turnout awadanse asokwa constituency no 78.4%. Oman yanko electoral commission
electoral commission ba ntia ba beto en common to am say elton so tienka take over.
Voting is over, counting underway. I'm sure you've been observing. First of all, let me ask you about your general impressions of the 2024 elections.
Well, based on what we experienced, we've seen some inconsistencies. There were places that agents went that they were not admitted because they didn't have letters. But the whole purpose of the letter was for us to submit the letter in advance to get them agent cards, which they had. But then they showed up with their agent cards, and they still were denied access to the polling stations. So it was something that we had to fight to get them in, and they were delayed for many hours because the supervisors at the polling stations the EC agents wanted us to submit letters. It's like, why letters? That's why we got the accreditations. So it tells you that it's either they were not trained properly, which is a problem of leadership, or they were just ignorant of what had to happen, which we still have a problem. And we've seen other inconsistencies too. You know, we showed up here, they said we're going to have a meeting, the press conference didn't start till an hour or so late. And these things lead to, and we've heard other candidates talk about how they were denied access to polling stations. So when you continually see inconsistencies, it points to something. it almost points to the fact that it's a deliberate attempt for the EC to disenfranchise people. And it gives reason for people to act in response to that, because why would you want to disenfranchise people? And this is why so many people we finding and reading and hearing about all these fights going on. People feel that they've been deprived of their opportunity to vote. And this should have been thought about, and there is a better way to do this whole electioning process. Right. But it doesn't seem that our electoral commissioners are learning, because the process, I mean, we're sitting here waiting for results to come in, and it could have been real time, right? Real time, where with a scanner, an app on a phone, you could scan a ballot sheet and get the results, go to the center, which is the EC head office. And once it hits their system, it could generate a result real time for everybody to see what's going on. You don't have to wait to manually count it. You can always have the sheets, manual sheets, to verify if there's a discrepancy. The ballots, and it's scanned with a phone, then it automatically counts it as it scans it. So by the time the election closes at 5 o'clock, we already have a count. Why can't we do that?
Well, I'm not holding brief for the Electoral Commission, but it's unclear why they are so relying on fax machine for the transmission of the election results. Perhaps
fax machines. Why would you have fax machines when there are Q codes and barcode apps that you could use that gives you instantaneous count? Why would you want to resort to a fax machine?
I'm sure we'll hear from them shortly, but I'm wondering, I mean, how are you doing with results coming in? Are you still on course to win the elections?
They are telling us they only have 60% in. So we are optimistic, and we're waiting to see all the results, because you can never really tell. We saw what happened in the U.S. with Kamala and Trump, when we thought Kamala was going to win, and all of a sudden it flipped to Trump. So we want to wait. And even though only so much have come in, we are optimistic that we will win, because we have the best message. If you heard our message, then you know we have the best message. And unless, of course, Ghanaians are not paying attention, why would they vote for anybody else? We've seen 32 years of disappointment from NPP and NDC. Why would anybody want to go to them? Unless, of course, we're not suffering enough.
So the confidence is so there that you will still pull through?
Well, we have the best message. And we're the only ones who can fix Ghana. None of the candidates can fix Ghana based on their policies.
There's also, so I see your name on the table, Mr. Kofi Cranton. Does it mean that you are your own agent in this coalition center?
No, actually, you can see my two agents there. That's not for candidates. I only came here to supervise, to make sure that they were okay, and we've been here for a couple of hours now, because I just wanted to make sure that our agents were here. They were here on time. We've been here for a couple of hours. We weren't let in when we came in, but I'm always on time, so that's just my nature. So our agents are here. We have two more outside waiting. If in case they get tired, we could switch them. So that's just the way we do things.
Right. Mr. Gwanti, thank you so much. Let me see if I can get to speak to some of the other political party agents who are here observing the elections. Mr. Alam Kwajo is the last on the ballot, and his party agent is here, Mr. Prechum. Mr. Prechum, you're welcome to join us.
Thank you very much, my brother Elton.
First, let me ask you, you are here representing Mr. Alam Kwajo in this National Coalition Center, but polls ended around 5 p.m. How is the movement doing?
The movement is still great. Like you know, it's a movement. This whole thing is a process and not an event. So we are waiting for our agents from the base, that is the polling station, come up to the coalition centers within the constituencies. Then we'll get the documents to confirm and wait for what the EC has to do. So we are more than happy, and we're waiting for the results.
And the election itself, would you say that it went free, fair, and transparent as we expected it?
So it's always wise to wait before you make any proclamation of something of this magnitude. So I would just be patient and wait and see what happens, because we don't have the benefit of everything that happened across the 16 regions. So we're still receiving reports in real time, so we have to wait. And then once I receive that, the leader of the Movement for Change can make that declaration whether this election was free and fair.
What about the chances of Mr. Shemantin?
Still bright, my brother, still bright. It's never over till it's over. So members of the Movement for Change should just keep their head up, my brother.
Thank you very much, Mr. Prechum. Mr. Prechum is party agent for the Movement for Change, Mr. Alam Kajusha Martin's party. So we will get back, because the place is beginning to fill up. From the National Coalition Center, the political parties themselves are here to settle in. Most of them are still engaging in some kind of interaction with the officers of the Electoral Commission, and then the observers who also observe the electoral process are also putting together their notes. Some of them are already here at the National Coalition Center, assisting with the process that I'm sure will start in some few hours to come, as we await the first results to come through for many of the region. Electoral Commission expects the Ahafo to lead, because the Ahafo region has only 6 constituencies, and so they expect that the regional result from the Ahafo region should be the first one to come. But they have 16 fast machines in readiness to receive the regional results. When that is done, the political party agents who are here will go through the process of endorsing it, and then the chairperson of the Electoral Commission will be the person to finally endorse it, and then that will be projected here for the attention of the media. We've been told that they will project the provisional and the certified results for comparison, purposes. So we'll leave it here for now, and then return with more interaction here at the National Coalition Center as we settle to receive the results. The Deputy Chief of Staff, Mr. Adunwa Bosman, just walked in. I do not know whether he's here representing the MPP, but he just walked in to take his seat to also observe the process. And I also see Mr. Thompson, founder of ASEPA, but here as an observer.
Yes.
So
for the West African Civil Societies Forum.
For the
West African Civil Societies Forum.
So I mean, you'll be out and about. Voting is over. Waiting to see the results. As you observe, what did you find?
Well, I think generally this election's turnout was not quite encouraging as we were expected. I mean, we were expecting that. If you look at the campaigns the two parties prosecuted, we were expecting a massive voter turnout, but turnout has been very, very low, and I think that's quite worrying. I'm sure it's one of the things that we'll be discussing very strongly in these elections. Apart from that, I think apart from a few skirmishes here and there, after polls closed, we did not record any major incident during the voting itself. I think apart from a few incidents which, I mean, have all been dealt with properly by the EC, and then voting went underway. Our observation took us to some of the aspects of the city. The reports we are getting also from our observers on ground indicates quite a very smooth process. I think the first part of the entire process is over, which is the casting of the ballot. Now it's about the collation, putting the results together. And I think we are hearing reports of some forced recounting in some of the constituencies. And I think the message that should be sent out there is that if you look at the electoral law,
we'll be back to discuss Electoral Commission, but quickly, let's call Ota for now, Mahmoud, Mohammed. Mahmoud, good evening, to say, Ota for to say. Hello, Mahmoud. Hello, Mahmoud. Hello, Mahmoud. Mahmoud, Ota for to say. Okay, so Mahmoud, Ota for, call back to, I'm saying.
mood anymore.
I'm saying that something interesting is happening.
Niema esi no. Bia anyo one we say oman. Ene bibia ni ho esi ebe me won.
Okay, so Mahmoud, good evening. To say, what to say?
Me Pastor, I had I've heard a more coalition of the figures from the polling stations into a friend MPP parliamentary candidate Vincent for our Hase and the PC for NDC so Hase and the crowd media is very huge here. Until we have to say how the voting pattern has gone, and they are here in their numbers. NDC, MPP, everybody is claiming that they have won. Until we are
I see.
But the voting process was very peaceful.
Okay, so how the more challenges we have with the Electoral Commission under the security agencies, right? Mahmoud, more challenges we have with the Electoral Commission process, no, and the security agencies.
Hello.
Okay. They see there were no challenges. Electoral Commission process, no, under security. We say Bibiako Kama.
The challenge about the placement of ballot votes, no.
Okay.
Now, NDC parliamentary candidate was complaining about how it was placed.
Okay.
Because anybody at all could see whoever the voters were voting. And no one challenge, but later on it was resolved. Aside that, no problem here, no problem here. Everybody voted and everything was good. I mean, there was no any challenge, no problem, nothing. Yeah.
Okay. So, Edasi pass also to and come with Edia Brain.
And as Vincent
exactly.
From a former Minister of State, a Finance Ministry, Dr. Akoto, ABC, and it's your mind over Bania Shre Ota Fono. Okay, so yes, our origin, what do region one? So, young Kwaha from quickly, Kwaha for quickly. Collins, that's saying, maybe I come out with Chromo.
Original capital.
Good. So what's happening? I understand, sir, the two most great guys in the Omafem, Collins Dowda, Eric Opoku, Omoko. Is that the case? Omo continue. Is that the case?
Everybody in the correct.
Anna, for now, can swear.
So far, I'm honorable Opoku, honorable Collins Dowda. Now, the BA is here, no, they were a full of constituency. Gosso, half mine in high school. Now, the question only say Deputy Sports Minister, Honorable Evans of Bokubobi, and then the results are not any. It's likely Bobi, a better you change other pink seat from other polling stations. But the quality Kakra were having one strong group, the Omodia Bano, and for NPP, and was a Sunafo North constituency. And so far, I had the no, but other constituencies, you say, other reporters know were omitting about accurate one.
Okay, so Mamena, what you're saying is that for a half a region, no, Era Colinzada film call, Era Kopuka film call, likely we say Bobby Betia Tonso or is that the case?
Yes, sir. Yes,
it's Aka Bano, Anna Gideon Buako, Anna Dr. Benjamin. Is that correct?
Aka Gideon Buako, Bano, Anna Benjamin.
All right.
But Benjamin says, I know you go there, but Benjamin, at that form, Bano, at that form, Gideon is slightly ahead, but you.
Okay, so Bomodiana fa the idea dance here. Say we have to form. Bomodiana fa na ebrace here quickly na. But we trust your judgment because Ujina, your name Muntinya, the Abakika, and your especially my region. So thank you, sir. What you made this insight, Abre. But you have to follow up with the real figures for us. So the calculations, no, any data analysis, no, it's me. So per our reporter in my region, Collins Dowda is true. Eric Opoku is true. Bobier losing, Benjamin is down, left with Gideon and then Bano. last 2 to go. This is a big win for the NDC, if that really is the case, because they have 4-2.
They 4-2.
Yeah, 4-2.
But na maka cho so man bono ani ahafo nyina no de ebefiri hɔ ababi anyam nwanwa. Say 2 regions no. Especially origin honomo ansa no akosi bono na ade akosi bono east. Complacency bi wo mu say wo de yen twɛn ma resource no mmerɛnwi ɔman. Na ye be identify on problem no mako because we hwe nipa a omu free honomo ewo mrahye badwam nipa omu represent constituencies no ewo honomo ne adwuma omu yebo nipa ye wo chese constituency ho a complacency wo mtu de ma yenye resource in the final way na yenyina so enka semoman.
Okay, so asamwaje mfia sunafo south ma join na no ma te say good. Asunafo south. Yeah, na ekoso.
Ọmọ yẹn mi da se sẹ o tún pọnkọn ẹba asunafo na akọọma nsinimu ni kúrò fún ekuku mu a sẹni nkenimu sẹ nka abatoɔ ɛkɔso na nka pɛnkyɛn mɛnti mi ho ase yɛ ɛtwe nsekan yɛ ɛtwe pia ɛtwe agyan no nyɛmi adum yɛhyɛ aseɛ na pɔ na ɔso no biribi yɛ pɛyɛ mu biribi nsi yɛ sɛde odi kakan na sɛde ɔka no nyɛmi adum ɛkɔ. About commission, enti declare die, nenso pay, ye perception near my community say, I dare say, honorable Ekopoku, doctor, incumbentino, etima from Kulimino, Menuka say yano, best man numuni, and all in the kind of penny for, other wura, correction why ya set, talk vita or rurao, ya, Yamanakunya, Atnas on penny for Tansia, war chair, return officer say, or back at the worker. Enti, Obas now that's the then can I say, nyameni muniro bibia eboko nanka ye twense kan agyan pian de bibia ensi but esi na de ye ewura ekoboku no ewura kwesi ho wati wa ye twene say about commission ebe declare say wa fa na so on fire ba ye pay check de wa fa wiene sa na enso yentimi ensi to do matwa ana yentimi nkan bibia commission no aka enchire nipa. Last year, a commission to me as a Kokomu enema, but this year the wire projector, yeah, staff for no a good bomb by him. You don't know, go on to what I say, never queen. And 2 p.m. Projector say, be able to work, but when you follow who's more enema. And the Amine, work at the arm, Obas now to the air, one got on portable, yeah, from the bottom of the arm. As you go to yeah, Brimpendi, you wouldn't say, Doctor Koku.
Okay, so Mamenda say interesting results from my region. Ebeko James Aveji, Ayawas West Oregon. James, Apomti saying what's happening over there? Okay, so what's happening over there, James?
Okay, so I mean just in the middle of collating of the results here at the RS Amegashi auditorium, we heard shouting and loud bangs at the outside of the auditorium, and just before we knew it, a group of persons, including a young man and security persons, broke into the auditorium and said the information, because we were not outside, we were in the auditorium monitoring the coalition process. The information we've been given is that the young man in question came to the coalition center with a ballot box purportedly coming from Volta Hall polling station here at the University of Ghana campus. Now, the NDC, party agents who met him outside had strong objection to what he brought, and so they broke open the ballot box, and according to them, they saw stacked ballot papers in the ballot box, and all of those ballot papers have not been officially stamped by the Electoral Commission, and majority of these ballot papers were stamped in the name of the NPP parliamentary as well as the presidential candidate. That is the information the NDC party agent gave to us. And so for about 10 to 15 minutes, the coalition process had to be forced for that issue to be addressed. In fact, some of the party officials outside who got in touch with him earlier were told had attempted to assault him, for which reason the security had to drag him into the auditorium for his safety. As we speak, he is currently being held at the far end of the auditorium and being interrogated by security officers on where exactly he got the ballot boxes from and how he got the ballot papers into it and what he intends to do with them at the coalition center. Now, I must say that this is not the first incident we have recorded here at the coalition center, because earlier there were two other incidents. One ballot box was coming from Abelenke, which area which we were told had also had some challenges because the presiding officer who brought the ballot box attempted to break some of the seal on it. He actually broke one of it. And when the issue came to the attention of the NDC party agent who confronted him, he explained that he left his pink sheet in the ballot box, for which reason he wanted to break the ballot box and take his pink sheet out. But the rules of the game, when anything of such happens, and you want to break any seal on any of the ballot boxes, you need to do that in the presence of all of the party agents, which he did not do. And so it led to some scuffle, some bit of chaos, had to take the intervention of the police to calm the situation. There was another incident also from the Jolu area in relation to that. And so those two previous issues, and then this third one happening, causing the coalition process to actually come to a halt as we speak. The coalition process, which resumed briefly after all of the chaos, had to still go on hold whilst the issue is being resolved. And so that's what we've been experiencing here. The NDC party agents are alleging that this is a move by the other part of the election to try and rig the election in the favor of the incumbent MP. They say from all of the indications they've got from all of the polling centers across the constituency, it indicates to them that John Dumelo as well as johnmahama are having some good chance of victory. I would say some good chance of victory because it has not officially been declared by the Electoral Commission yet. And so that's the allegation they've been raising. As we speak, the process is still on hold for the issues to be properly resolved before they can continue.
So, James, who is this young man? Has he been able to, has he been identified?
He's still not been identified yet. What we know is that he himself identified himself as a presiding officer from the Volta Hall polling station. But officially, he has not been identified to authenticate whether he's indeed a presiding officer or not. And so the police are still interrogating him for further information on all of that.
So where was the said ballot box coming from?
According to him, he's bringing it from Volta Hall here on the University of Ghana campus. There was a polling center at the Volta Hall as well. Some of the major university halls on campus, I personally witnessed the counting at the Mensa Saba Hall, where there were about 5 different polling stations. And so most of the major halls on campus had polling centers. And so he, according to him, was allegedly bringing this ballot box from Volta Hall, which at the time this incident happened, the indication we had is that all of the polling centers have submitted their ballot boxes, which the coalition had started about an hour ago before he came in with this particular ballot box, reportedly coming from Volta Hall.
Okay, so James, let me thank you for your time. We'll get back to you when the need arises. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I already said, and
Sir, coincidence, no more share or may not know. Special votes in no more, so many manase.
It's skirmishes now, and I need the Abbey. But I'm walking across that ballot box. Is a free neighbor. I don't know when to me, and in taking it to the places on which me feeling the wagon gun, and okay, one.
Sir, you to me identify, say, Electoral Commission and crater any bina KHDA, and a presiding officer now be to me at Chimu. But se kobase ebia Electoral Commission stamp near Shen so dear Chese, a kind Electoral Commission crater no one, a nimu dia, ɛne ɛna nipa korɔ so ɛna ɛwɔ so otumi ekyir mu efisɛ saa constituency no dimmo no yɛ adɔso dimmo no yɛ adɔso wɔ mɔman hin.
La Dade Kotopon Pius etisɛn. Hello Pius. Pius, what's your name?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so Pius, La Dade Kotopon, are we done?
Okay, so we are not done yet with the collation of the results. We are still at Mahoney where the collation center is. I can tell you that everything is moving on smoothly. It is not the corner any incident in the everything is very, very smooth here. Within the constituency at the collation center located within the Nabon Senior High School. And so we are still following and observing developments there. Yeah.
I see. So for now, there are no breaches per what you are witnessing over there.
Exactly. So everything is running smoothly. I've had interactions with the BT officials manning the computer in terms of computing the numbers and due to BT head office. We've not encountered any challenge whatsoever. Everything is moving on smoothly and the process is
okay, patiently waiting for the results. So Pius Baka. We don't worry you that much. Daddy Kotopon or also free or they name some a few abrea. Say for now, Bibian and the Kwanso Echo Kama. Or go so can kind. But my limit me at the whole year. If you be every benza.
Oh, a young Kwan copim and opano Siano. Now,
and in a way,
if say your reporters in be about say, Yasha see ye kind, Yasha see ye kind. It's a new moon to dear. Na chese ensunsuanso no ahyase eba eti wohwe baabi a ye fa baabi te sa asante mantem a oman results bebre ma obi a stronghold results ye nsan.
You know what people are sending text message, everybody is waiting for Asante.
Omunya botre
but you are not waiting, everybody is waiting for Ashanti, Volta and Eastern. Ehun obi e twa
ehun obi a de bebu ne nkonta eti ye ayawa so weso agondie ya oman ye ka ho asemi no Wamuntawantawa baby a sha see free, and nisse and na basse, resource no ba, dear nebe to me a see ever honomono. Yansha Ayawa so west wagon constituency honomo, any near a womu, on a
so on some region honoma de pa.
Origin why
I had the Sammy. Oh, yeah, what to about Sammy, what to say?
Well, my have for me, I say, Bibia Banavia, a year collation center, electoral commission, so party agents, no, Kanyama Abum, na, young say, aside EC or no coalition center, no, idea political parties, no, both MPP and DC, almost a coalition center. Now, Kopimo baby say a Sutifi South, baby Collins Zauda, a one, a idea, Cecilia and Crayfree Hoba, HSA, Collins Zauda, a take lead. No, a year pay resource kakra, means a kind and Collins Zauda and a lead, and a pay, and this is so almost coalition or my HSA. Almost so LED Mino Kazoko Pim or Shidi capital of Sutifi South or Mahini jubilation air cosmo a idea and the empire. Mino Kazenso my driver back Kenya Kenya is the Sia Mino Casa Kenya and so changes Kakraba changes now Banese Bano Anna or Yempino currently NDC PC na friend Dr. Ebenezado no pay vote abano oliduno pay 1,000 no kase no omugusu a omo ekeka ebom and also the same to no back Kenya especially Kenya number 2 o mine it taking me about 30 minutes and sana meeting I pass it through zongo ho kakra e dia call olaga of the dia EC air coalition no inti Oba region dia making I say changes kakra abanity through any Sutifi North NDC achiruma pair almost figures omo no almost ena almost LED many
electoral commission e ka se onu so ji tumu se ampa te omo so di omo nya no a omo nwie ye no ade a NDC parliamentary no omo na omo nwini metumi aka se yenti pasabasa bia sa awia no na oba Kenya ase na metu ana me ntime ho ase kakra one of the police station e frɛ no Ahmedia but mpanyinfo any security for abomodin eso sa me ntime ho ase no omo so ano make us basically open afwa bibia da dia yegu so monitor niam keenly say na ebetimi de nebesi bia ma yetiefo any yahwefo.
Okay, so mama na say wetin me come we free afwa bre me ko afo nyina afo ho abim it tells you me region no you see two ase nyina wi ansana yakọ other regions no and so for mon twen mo de beba we yegyina hafo we ye me akasa bi diem Prince Ajimandia Prince Town of South what to say
my member of Power and Town of South Coalition Center the Otisa Debi Koso Matia na your Coalition Center I want the Jesus College of Education na meno kasai abante bi ekra ballot paper according to them NDC for kase fake ballot paper and bilum pese or medium EDD. I cannot confirm the authenticity of it, but I would say ballot paper ekra mo. But me over here, like I say, idea with the free anopano and never na the kama ya antibody bia opa adeba fa na ha dire emete said the kama say country wide problem no I don't turn out no a bit blue ewo turn out I can say for the various polling stations na nipa na ampie bebre am trouble we create of schools result by na kama say baby of ha nipa na kwa be house ampie am trouble. And I know that the BBA or Abano boy, a few of the police stations that you call around, Egada results will be. I'm no that I know. A idea your coalition center, yeah, we should be able to cost you. East no coalition or more, and media idea, never a slow Kaka and say, police stations will be a Kaka. I say now, agents, results, but I'm not be a apostle. But we came here now, or Casana. From the parliamentary side, the NDC parliamentary candidate, the panel, we are NDC national chairman, maybe on one NDC team now, or more political center, or more quality, or more results. And here, what can I say? Or interestingly, the incumbent, Honorable Benjamin Yabua, and in the party, MPP, they are nowhere to be found. Coalition center. And China, the MP for China South, Ebaha, on a more election in 2024, and China, I'm saying a P4, you mean what is happening. But on the side of East Libya, election is also the presidential side, but parliamentary, they are yet to start. And we have passed to me, and this is for no kilometer, I'm already the seat every on our Benjamin. It is for 86, East, about the final results.
Okay, so Prince Ajiman, Tano South, Medasi, so also activity, San Komowe, free on Mama, but for the reason I'm excited, is also Noma Basa Koko, so Miami Hodo, but fortunately for us, we are secured, you know. Also, yeah, well, but all this while, Namikase, for Alaji Collins Dowda, for instance, that's our wisdom portal. It will be very difficult, say, Alaji Collins Dada, will be too say. Only Eric Puku have said it countless times, say, Aji Womwan Kasa Kase. When you look at their kind of a campaigner, Obiti say, for Alaji Collins Dada, Onokwano, or you're more successful in the camp of the MPP than that of even the NDC.
The human relation. And the politics.
Very
but this time, your reporter Sami Asari and Sakra near Betuabo Mieti say Bambo Muno. Yashada station, I showed you for some names say, one every region, one Musani and Yemesity, and such a yabem, because Kenya sank a betty choker but we won't say D resource to cry by year kind of the originally one was any and Yemesity, Yabasha region, yes, Yabasha Daba,
and the deputy sports minister also crowned him say, yes, Bobby reports Banach or the Asho.
We'll
get back to that. And I'll tell you why I feel, sir, the NDC took advantage and then changed almost style.
Campaign.
And then the kind of personalities are one could jina my name this time round. Especially where I am from, I will not be surprised. As Tiffy North, if Bano follow on a certain dagger or no it's a lesson. A lot of politicians or more said they can continue.
Almost steady trend in the year. So winning your mind.
Yanko Kwete Honum, Ningo Pram. Kwete.
Hello, Mine.
Kwete.
Hello, Mine.
Otemenka.
Meton Kappa.
Good. Oh, what about Juma? Kwete, maybe I'll put you there. Why are there, Pa? Nadia Nekoso.
Ceciano, EC officials, no. They are almost try say they will sort out all the ballot materials ABBA in the Mewo constituency collation center, no, and over the last 45 minutes, they've been trying to sort out the electoral materials from the various polling stations, But earlier there was wild jubilation in the street of both Ningo and Pram. Supporters of St. George were jubilating on the street over results that have been declared at the various polling stations. So far, no, I know na me to me are reporting.
Okay, by results in Nyamba Beboa.
So far, results in the Nyamba Yegusu constituency collation center hall.
Okay, so Kwete, Netim, I mean that's from Ningo Pram. That was what we are waiting for. So Mbakin Kana for Timidi, dear constitution. This continues to be your election headquarters. Kokromutipa. Let's stay our ahafo. That's sweeping defeat na airman.
Oh my ahafo map ni. Say Ushe ahafo constituency se wo honomo. MPP amanyoko no komu kita mu 9 NDC kita mienu na say 6 wo ho no 6 na MPP 6 kita wo no say wo hwe ne eda ho no mu ya deputy minister sports ministry honorable bobie ni Evans obobie 2020 abatro ye to ye no eno hwe a voter turnout no wo ne constituency on e wo so 83.3%. Emma wo didi nkunim e wo constituency wo no mo oman Onyama 34,684, representing 52.2%. And the Nippon in the Koye Haruna Mohammed, also Emonya 31,340.
Difference of about 3,064.
And just a percentage, 47.2%. Now, yeba one no no share voting trend no e was constituency one more asane and komaba to city. Says ye kase seats be a manyoko be dia. Ye to me jina so kase, oh, wait, dear MPP stronghold, and that's no.
Okay.
Constituency no from 1996 no. 96 nkwana NDC every war constituency one more. Yeah, say Osha Manua NDC presidential 56.5%. Yeba parliamentary na 53.5%. A free ho 2000 equal NDC intimi mubio.
Okay.
2000 MPP presidential 65.9%. Yeba parliamentary na 57.5%. 2004 presidential MPP 59.2%. Parliamentary 51.7%. 2008 MPP presidential 54.4%. MPP yeba parliamentary 52.9%. 2012 MPP 50.9, and only a presidential, and about parliamentary now 49.8%, and a 2016 presidential MPP 56.8%, and a parliamentary 56.5%. 2020, or my 2020
MPP presidential
55.8%, and a parliamentary 52.2%.
Okay.
Eti sa wo hwe MPP amanyoku no akonwa no a okitamu wo ha na it's like a dia. And I wo hwe nipa no so free constituency wonom ba ya oman no kwasem ewom ne se sa OMP na ho keka wo fom.
Bobie.
Na ho keka wo fom. Enye ono nko ye fa bono.
Bano.
Ye fa bono ene ahafo.
Oh, keka from
Emrashe bedwafo.
Treme ene bafo wa.
Complacency wom say. Mu oni obi kosunyane.
Yes.
For a constituency ward.
And that's the report we
Emma money regional minister Kasai.
Yeah.
Interview amoye no question mi bisa and say region na ankasa no. Report e free ho ba na e kire say mu lusu. Ma ho den wo fam development or region honom no because enipa to aba. No, Moka say, Yenya Reshemu or more, they expect something from you. Kosunyane na kohe, Debia meka say, a run about to know a cocoa board or no. Debia ko and you one, Remuna sharp, I know my SME city. But they will tell you so, yeah, because your best Sunyani East, your best Sunyani Western. Wouldn't say, oh, city, a MPP. And so, Sunyani East, the independent candidate na o Remuno. Near woman say, and yache mebehano. And some walk west so, me say, ye train my resource naba, na resource no baby say, Nipanwa brewon. So what many
resource in chair?
Oh, my, so what many pen yam faso, ewa batwa water swa, or becaso brew. Well, say Nipan suiwa, or expect to say me MP, or better won't can, or be whom Juma warrior. But I make sure say Evans will be na hoke cano. O conscience origin what ye more house.
It's surprising.
This is near Yashusha Chewo, ya man you say muse. Mayen kase, yet ye stay near to Yabako. If the person is underperforming, say, Nientia de Wakono, Edumano, Wunya. I was said, Nipani to me taking bold steps, say, near Yashusha Nienya, Yemfa Munia Manuku with him, Kono Bimra. It should be so. It is a net. That's
why we praise Ebeko could you say, and they Mijina Yakuta say,
media meaning such a mapa, media, meaning says Yani East, media. You moving
are we getting there with these results from a Hafwana?
Oh, I have for the idea. Utim say, kakra. Because on my yaka and MPP a memoir a koswa. Uncro for the was saying if you have room. I said,
Makusa, Missy, is shot.
No, do was saying the womb.
Look at the uncle.
Offer Sunyani Easter.
Yeah.
And you are for me. Ya munina party ba kumuna mo. Konsa. Mtino nie bebia no me say hwe nyame nwanwa because o fa sunyan de ende a me kan say ne ma nkoye ma won ha so wa constituency because ukita 46 na nie be che say wan hwe ya wo be lusu abenya be wana.
But you know what problem. You know what's happening? The presidential also is a different unit altogether. Most of these MPP MPs from Mulusho seats, the MPP is winning presidential.
Inti dia neka. Eya wu nipa na wu free krom hono ma brewo. Eya wu nipa na wu free krom hono because presidential ne de omo ni obi any problem ba se wu bobi ni e de wo baaye ye de bano ne baaye ye de feeder prempe ne baaye die na mo de abre constituency no die na mo atumi aya ma nipa na feel say aban na aba ne ye nkrofo wom.
Okay, so enko afo no na ye nkohwe Eric etiseng
Boko man na me ho ye wo so.
Oh nyame ado boko, what's happening?
You may see an offer, yes, that is a bit to a banner of one of Southwest. We are okay, as you say, you may have a police center after now, your mode ballot box is in your neighbor. Now, there's 7:30, 8:30 or and a private car, and I know ballot papers maybe a woman. Now, according to supporters, no more around and say if we did, now sitting MP was to honorable as or say, and it is our papers, no banning a year six. It's Omoko humans who papers in a woman. Alvin Stamper is the number one. Here for the MPP, Dr. Bawumia, and Honorable Elvis Otay. It's your Monty has here. It's our tower beam, almost 30% now, and display bucket in a one of police wants to about. It's your book tries to control crowd, not a country, and you, or more, and you, and after that. So you're supposed to buy. So you're supposed to buy. Try some control crowd. No bear 5 to 10 minutes, and it will be. It will not say me can say a gunshot to the you now one shot. Now we there over shot, and over the place. It will be the form. Now be a no casa there. Mr. Table be a saying a no casa. Because still almost 2 to 2 months. There say more to capture. It's just a bit near PA and I didn't see into every class, one more class, police class, about pollution center. Yes, you are.
Now, everybody now, all she said was in our casa.
I know. Now, it's 2 neighbors and you need to be a free by to the other from boys who took the son about the news of Mukofatu, no one by the solution. Or more to 2 boys and your money.
But we are safe. Maybe our shaman casa is safe. Okay, all right. It's good holding and may get the Biaman fast and Biamba. You need to be secure to be able to report a bray. Ma young crossover quickly then call a year present and not any Gigi form paying for a year central for incomable blue honum. Quickly and cutie
other parts of the country. It is very, very important and crucial to note that the safety of journalists, the safety of the media, that serves as the link between the ongoing processes and the good people of Ghana is very, very important and must not be taken for granted. Because without the media, that cloud would have covered the ongoing process. The media is there to shed light and bring to light activities which are usually shredded in secrecy and in darkness. And so, at this crucial moment where counting, collation, and declaration of results is ongoing, we expect and call on the security task force, most importantly, the Ghana Police Service. I have tried to reach out to the authorities of the Ghana Police Service without success. We call on them to protect all media practitioners on the field. I must say, journalists' lives matter, especially at this crucial moment. We will also want to encourage and admonish journalists to take their personal security and safety seriously at this moment. They should take precautionary measure for their safety. The issue from the Ewutu Senya East constituency, Kaswa to be precise, gave me the impression that the said journalist or reporter who was quote unquote entrapped by a gunshot of some unknown assailant. We are told the police have arrested some suspects. So we commend the police for this swift action. But the report indicates, or the report gives me some kind of relief, because as at the time the report came, this journalist or reporter are taking guard. In fact, she had to run for her life. Even at the time of discharging her constitutional mandate or duty, she made sure that she was at a safety place, or a safe place, a secured place. And this is what we expect each and every journalist to do, that at all time, don't wait to be the story.